I was first introduced to fibroids during my annual PAP, where I was told I had one, which wasn't problematic until the following year. August 28th of 2017, I had another PAP smear where I was told that my uterus had doubled in size since the last visit. My OBGYN then told me that she would have the head doctor call me to review the ultrasound. Later, I received a call on my way to my wax appointment, and my doctor told me that he asked me, did I want to have children? And I said, of course. He says, well, you're going to experience some trouble because you're at high risk for miscarrying due to your fibroids. At that moment, my mind pretty much just crashed. I just started crying nonstop. After finding out I had uterine fibroids, I had to schedule an appointment with a surgeon that was going to explain to me my options. Upon meeting with him, he told me that I had to have an MRI done. I had the MRI done just to see exactly how many fibroids I had, and they found that I had 6, which was equivalent to about a 4-month pregnant woman. My surgeon told me that he said I can either have a myomectomy, which was the removal of the fibroids, a hysterectomy, taking out my uterus, or do nothing. But if I did nothing, then I was at risk of them growing, and by this time they were already pretty large. So I tried to look into natural ways of shrinkage, but the largest fibroid that I had was about the size of a grapefruit. After my surgery, they went in thinking that we were going to remove 6, but they found 12. Emotionally, experiencing uterine fibroids affected me mentally only because I felt pressure indirectly from doctors, because they were asking me if I had anyone in my life that I would be able to conceive with, because there's a possibility that they can return, the fibroids can return. And it made me look at life differently, because it's very important for me to conceive one day, and not having someone in my life at the time, or not being certain of what the future may hold, it placed a lot of stress on me, which caused me to cry a lot. It caused me my hair started shedding. Mentally, I was in a different space. My surgery was January 8th, 2018. I ended up going with the myomectomy, the removal of the fibroids. My surgery took about 3 hours, only because they took out more than they expected to. The surgery went well. Pretty much that day I was told it's sort of like a C-section. So they made like a small incision that where they were able to like enter into the abdomen area. And so I woke up in a lot of pain. It was hard to lift up. I could barely walk for like a few days without experiencing excruciating pain. I was hospitalized for about 3 to 4 days before I could go home. Wasn't able to go to the bathroom on my own. It was a pretty rough time. My life has changed since the surgery, more so from how I live my life. I make healthier choices. I'm more mindful of every step that I take in life, just because I feel like being unhealthy puts you more at a risk for certain problems to occur in your body. What I want people to take from my experience is that you have options. A hysterectomy being one in your 20s, maybe that's a big decision, and you definitely have to really think about the options that you have and what is best for you. I do feel like that is a big decision to make so early in your life, because you may change your mind. But if you don't want to have kids, then you're in control of that. No one should ever pressure you, or you feel pressure to do anything that it is that you don't want to do. And I also want people to understand that sometimes you never know what a person is experiencing when you ask them, when are you going to have children? That is such a sensitive topic for many women, and emotionally you don't know what it is that they're going through. I am a person that dreams to be a mother, and not everyone has that dream. I just want people to be more mindful of the questions that they ask people, especially when you don't know if a woman is experiencing any form of infertility issues. I feel like society places enough pressure on women because we are told that we must get married and have children and our life is complete. But some women don't have those desires. There are so many things that we self-inflict upon ourselves, and they do more damage than we know, both physically and mentally. Don't allow anyone to interrupt your peace, and it's important to live your life for you, stress-free.